is an Alpha 91B that I just got back from getting serviced for a bad vacuum relay, and that's giving me the 1.5 kW out. And my antenna is a multi-band inverted V for 160, 75, and 40 meters. The feed point's up at 50 feet off the side of the tower, and it's being fed with a single RG 213 coax, Frank, over.
Oh yeah, that's great. And yeah, it's too bad about the 10. But they're quite popular. They're becoming a very popular radio. Very, very popular. So is the little 710 there. But the FPDX-10 is very, very popular. Yeah, that's one half of my 101D there. Same front end and all that, so forth there. And of course the 101D and MP are number one on the hill for their front end and all the numbers, of course. I've always said, hey, if you get over, if your third intercept is over, to say we're over 25, it fails this height. You know, you can reach a point of ridiculousness, and the numbers on this little radio are great. And I've never been stepped on, and if I've had somebody snuggle up too close, well, I've got the contour to help get rid of them, or I use the notch to slide them off, or the width, or what have you. And I get rid of them, no problem, very clean. And the DNR is, oh, the dream. It just does its magic and then some. There, you got a good one on yours too, by the way, because it's the same as is in the 101 there. And yeah, I understand that the big ham bench in there this year, that Acer was there practically giving them things away, and they got rid of a bunch of the 10s. I heard a guy on the air talking about it. He says, yeah, they wanted $1,500, and I come out of there for $1,090 and a FTDX-10 brand new. So he said, yeah, they were unloading them in a hurry. And he said, with all the discounts, it must have been HRO probably, but they were getting rid of them right and left. And he said they were really going. And he said, oh, I love this thing. He says, what a radio there. Very much so. And yeah, this radio's been just wonderful. Well, like I say, it's the small brother to the 5000, and the 5000 was no slouch. No way. It's still a radio in demand. And my radio here has a resale value. It's way up there, and a demand for it. I put it on the market, and one day it'd be gone. There right now, if I put it on the market. No, I'm going to keep it. But like I said, I didn't like it initially because of its smaller size. I used a bigger radio. But I like it now, and I like the performance, and I'll probably sell the 101D there. It works wonderful. It's just that word will happen. Who knows? You know, it's one of them things. But I sell it. I'll send them the chip with it, the backup chip and all. If it does it again, they can just plug it in, load it. They're off and running there. But it's strange. But yeah, I had thought of putting the 101 back on the desk, but I just can't get enthused about it, to be honest. The other thing is, the 101, it takes a lot of work getting it customized. And what I didn't do, I made the sheer mistake. After I got it customized and all the settings, a lot of them set up the way I wanted them, I should have run off a backup chip. It's on the front of the radio. It's got a slot for the card, the SD card. I should have plugged one in and run it off, and I'd had it then. But I don't know why I can't get enthused about it. I really enjoy the 3000, and the service guy, the head of service out there in California, he said, I have one. He said, I wouldn't trade it for any of them. and he and I talked about it, and I had a problem, I thought, with the scope. He says, oh, you need to press this button, that's your problem. Why they have it the way it is, I don't know, but must have meant something to somebody. So I pressed the button, and oh yeah, and there it is, working good. But I don't know why. They've got a button on there. If you press it, the scope display doesn't move. You press the button, and it starts moving and all that. Heavens, I wouldn't know what that's for. I guess if you wanted to freeze it, it must be a reason. But any event, that's it. Back to you, Robert. See how you're doing. And I can see why you're copying me and I'm not you, over.
Oh, yeah, this is K4 Golf Victor Hotel, K4 GVH. Yeah, I copy you real good there, Frank, but I know you can't hear me. It ain't because it's that wrong for radio, it's just the way the band conditions is, and you run it a lot more than me. But yeah, I'm just sitting here listening to y'all chat, and that's about it. And all there, just running this radio here a little bit to exercise before I go to my dad's tomorrow, because I won't be back here until Sunday or Monday, probably Sunday. But I'm just running a Kenwood TS69 in, trying to keep it going a little bit there, so don't let it set too long there and drain the battery and eat the boards up in these radios, because I had a board to get heat up in the 450. One day I had a board to get heat up in it because the daggone battery corroded. It went to that 450 at my dad's, and we had to wind up buying a new board for that. But it didn't cost me much for the board. It cost me about $100 to fix it, and it was well worth it to get the Kenwood TS450 back up and running at my dad's. And we got that fixed a couple years ago and put a whole new board in it. And we got a new battery too in the radio, and we put a new battery in this one too. And hold it connected. This is K4 Golf Victor Hotel, K4 GVH.
Yeah, I'm not copying you, Robert. Just barely in and out. So I'm going to say 73 to you because I'm just plain not copying you enough there to make it worth it. Good luck, and thanks for checking in there. And so back to you there, Robert, over.
Oh, yeah, where's the other guy that was picking me up the closest beside you there, Frank? Where's the other gentleman located?
Yeah, this is Greg. I'm in Ohio, Robert.
Yeah, Greg, I couldn't remember your name. That was my bad. I had a brain fog. But yeah, this radio here, I love this old 690 because it's, I like these old Kenwood TS690s because they're good radios and don't do everything you want it to do. But one thing I like about this radio, I can listen to 650 AM on the night. Greg, I can listen to KYW News, and I like listening to that. And 650 AM at night too there, over.
Yeah, very good, Robert. Yeah. That's good radio. I've worked a lot of guys running that radio.
Did you ever work did you work very many people who got 450s? Because I got a 450 at my dad's.
Well, I've got a TS140 that I use on my patio, and years ago I used to use a Kenwood TS440 that I used to use, over.
Oh yeah, they had good radio, nothing wrong with them. They good radio too. I tell you, a radio I'd love to get my hands on is a 940. I don't know why, but I always would like to get my hands on a 940 because I guess because they're plugged in the wall. But they want a lot of arm and a leg for them, and they're old-fashioned, and it's hard to get parts for them. So that's one reason why I ain't never got me a Kenwood TF940 there, over.
Yeah, very good. I was going to ask, and Frank commented on I thought he commented on a 940 that he had. But, Frank, I was going to ask you that FTDX 3000, since you have that and you also have the 101, have you ever done any side-by-side comparisons between the two? Do they both seem to have the same features, or what's your thoughts on the difference? And can you put a monitor on the 3000 or not?
You know, I have no idea. I'm not into that. I'll be honest. I'm not into it. There at all. And no, I never put them side by side there. There's a total difference between them. For not one thing, the 101 has the display where you can have the touch display. I use a stylus on it. But on the 101, you have to use that display. You're pretty much locked into it. And on the 3000 here, you're not there. You can. I use, like I said, the one that shows parameters. There I don't use the scope, but on the other one you have to. And yeah, it's okay. But no. But and you read that guy there in Colorado. You read his numbers, and there's not really, to be honest, that much difference between the 101 and the 5,000, or between this 3,000 and your 10. There's not that much difference. And I guarantee you'll never hear it on the air. I never. There, like I said, I can block off anybody gets up, snuggles up too close. I do it all the time, and it's clean. And on CW, oh geez, it's a dream radio. I don't run CW anymore. I used to, but it's a dream radio. The little 3000 is, of course, the 101 is. And there's not much difference on CW between them, really, there. And especially if you've got the narrower filter, which I have in it. But, no, the only big advantage of the 101, yeah, it's got a little better front end, but is the fact that you need to have a dual receiver. You have that in the 101. It's the it's really two complete radios. It's two complete FTDX 10s in there in all reality there. But otherwise, and just I don't know. It just takes a lot of time. And I'm lazy. I don't feel like setting up the 101D again. But if I do, get enough ambition up, I will definitely push it out on an SD card there over.
Yeah. Does that is that a dual received of 3000, and also does it have an outboard monitor hookup?
I don't know. I'm not into that sort of thing, so I really don't know. I can't answer it there. And what was the other question?
Yeah, whether it was took a monitor, if you could hook a monitor up to it, and if it's a dual receiver.
No, it's not dual. It's a true single receiver. And I think your 10 is also. No, it's a single. It's a single channel. As far as the monitor, I have no idea. I don't care for that, so I really don't know.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if they had a dual receive in it or not, but yeah, I've heard of that. I got a friend that's got the FTDX 5000. However, he just recently had to send it back to Yaesu. He thinks he might have a bad a chip on his board. I don't know what's going on. He's waiting to hear from him, but he thinks he might have a bad processor chip. I don't know. So, but at any rate, yeah, I called that up. I'm looking at it here on the screen on my computer, and that's a nice looking radio, no doubt about it. And it's a nice, good size radio. I didn't like it when they took that trend where they started downsizing everything, and all the buttons and knobs are so close together. But that's just the path they've taken, and that's the biggest complaint I have with this FTDX10. The buttons are all way too close together, and they could have done a better job at layout, in my opinion. So you're not always hitting the VFO. Seems like I'm constantly hitting the VFO when I try to go hit the band change button. So I guess it's something you get used to. You learn to use the lock. That's why I have the ICOM 7300 still. I like using it as well. So I'll switch back and forth between the two. I've got coax switches set up, so I can switch either radio in line. Also with the amp as well, I got it all set up so I could switch between the two different radios, and so I enjoy that capability. There's things I like on the Yaesu, and then there's things I like on the ICOM as well. So until we get to the point where we can send in an order for these particular items, you're going to have to deal with what they put in the box, and you have to make your own decision on what you find is important to you and your operation, and make your choice from that, Frank. KZ4 Echo Victor with K4 GVH W8 Golf Bravo.
This is K4 Golf Victor Hotel. Hope it didn't double. Yeah, I tell you the truth, I like the Kenwood TS690. But a friend of mine told me, and he don't think it's that much difference in a 590 and a 690. He told me the other day, he don't think it's much difference in a 590 or a 690. The 690 has got 6 meters, and also the 590 has got 6 meters. But I don't think it'd be no different. I don't think it'd be no difference in the sound of them. If you hook the 590 up, and then you hook the 690 up. I believe the 690 will probably sound better than the 590. That's just my opinion. K4 GV8.
Yeah, very good, Robert. Well, I haven't been involved with the Kenwoods for a few years. Like I said, probably the last one I operated. I've had several. I had the 830. I had the 820. I have the 140 now that I inherited. And then I had the 440 for many years. And I really liked that 440. That was probably my favorite of all of them. And I kept it the longest. But I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to get out of here. It's not much longer before we get some, the daylight is going to burn out. And I've got a battery on a charger in the basement that I got to go get. And I've been cutting some roots out for a neighbor, the widow next door that has the garden. She's got some tree roots that are up near the surface. And I use my Sawzall, and it does a nice job cutting out the tree roots that come up to the surface. So I got to go down and get that battery off the charger, and go out and maybe snip a few more roots before it gets dark. So I think I'm going to get out of here. We've been in here a while, and certainly have enjoyed the contact here, both you, Frank, and Robert. So with that, I'm going to say 73s, and I'll let you tie the ribbons on it, Frank, and then you can turn it over to Robert, and we'll be listening out. KZ4 Echo Victor with K4 GVH W8 Golf Bravo. Bye with your fun.
Yeah, KZ4 EV here. Yeah, we'll let you go. My son's fighting the same problem here. He's redoing a lot of area here. I paid to have some big trees taken down and a lot of roots, and he's run into a lot of them. I have a very top end Sawzall, and I just went out and got him a whole bunch of blades there, so I know what you're up against. That's no fun. And so that's it for me. I had something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. But in any event, yeah, this radio really, I had the FT1000MP, and it had a sub-receiver. And if I used it a dozen times in the 24 years I had it, I was lucky. It was very great for working a DX pileup. Yes, it was. But beyond that, forget it. And I have no need for the second receiver. I thought I needed to have one of those big radios. I bought it. I got it at a price, brand new. But no, I find this little guy here, mid guy, he just does it well and does a great job. Has good audio. Has the same audio equalizer for transmitters as the rest of the line. Oh, I know what it was. I had a Kenwood TS130SC for 21 years Mobile. Then I went to a Kenwood TS470 Delta Golf, had it 16 years Mobile. And then I got a Kenwood TS590 SG, which I still have. I never put it in my new car. It's here on the shelf. That is a wonderful radio, those Kenwoods for Mobile, because they have that real wide frequency display. It's easy just to glance down, know where your frequency is, and go from there. I really like it. I'm glad they don't have scopes on them there. And by the way, that 590 has a top-end receiver. in it. It runs the 9 megahertz and so on, and that thing was rated very, very high.